I've mentioned a few times that Drupal is a multi-user system, and it is, as you know, a content management system. Put those two together and you get the possibility of lots of people editing the same content, and the danger of having them create what's called an edit war, where they write over each other's corrections. You'll learn how to permit or restrict access to node editing in the section on managing users. This video shows you how to keep track of node edits so at least you can untangle the history of a piece of content and then return it to a previous version if necessary. To demonstrate, I'm going to make some changes to this About page that we added earlier on in the course. So we click About, that takes us to the node, and then click Edit. Now I have some text in our exercise files that I'm going to add to the end of that node. So I select it and copy it and go back and paste it. And I don't actually need this continuation text right here, so I'll take that out. And scroll down. Now there's a vertical tab here, Show Revision Information. That's where you make the control, so I'll click there and say Create New Revision. And then after that I'll say Added Final Paragraph and Signature. And then click Save. Now you'll notice a difference about this node that we can see because we're the administrator. We have View and Edit as before, but we also have this Revisions tab. I click there, and we see the original version along with the new one with our note. And above that note, it tells us when and by whom that edit was made. Let's go back and edit it one more time because I want to show you an additional feature of revisions. So I go up here and click Edit. And down here, I'm going to just make a contact link so that instead of it just saying Marianne Vitalia, it actually sends them to the contact page. You might remember that we added a contact page earlier in the course, which is at /content. So I'll just say a href equals /contact. And then at the end, I'll close out that tag. Go down, and once again, I'm going to add a revision. And I'll say added contact link and save. And once again, go back to revisions. But let's say that after we've left it up there a while, we don't like all of the email that we're getting from that page, so we want to revert it back to the second one. That's easy enough. We just click Revert. We're asked if we really want to do that, and we do. And we're done. But there's something interesting. It doesn't just step backwards. It goes forward so that you can now go back again to that third step where the contact link was there. And it puts in an automatic note here saying, copy of this revision. Now if we go and look at that node, we see that indeed the contact link is gone. So that's how you create a revision on a single node. By default, Drupal forces you to check the box every time in order to do this. But you can change that setting so that revisioning is turned on by default for any given content type. This particular node is of the basic page content type, so that's the one we'll change. To do it, go up to Structure and Content Types. The one we're going to change is Basic Page, so I go to Basic Page and Edit. Then I scroll down to my vertical tabs down here. Now there is no vertical tab down here for the revision. Instead, it's in Show Publishing Options. I click there, and then go to Create New Revision, and Save Content Type. Now when I go up and add content of the basic page content type, scroll down, and you see that the revision box is already checked by default. That change, incidentally, affects all existing nodes of the content type as well, so it forces revisions even for those nodes you created earlier before making this change to the content type. And I can prove that by going back to our About page. I'll go Home, click About, and then Edit, and as I scroll down, you'll see the revision information now has it checked by default. You'll learn more about controlling content type defaults like this one in the video on creating new content types. In the beginning of this video, I painted a scenario where multiple people are fighting for control over one piece of content. But in practice, I find revisioning useful even if I'm the only one who's making changes. Hey, we all make mistakes. Keeping revisions is a way to recover from them, and the only cost is the small amount of disk space that those revisions take up.